Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Wolfpack, and I'm back with another episode of my Fallout 4 playthrough. Last time we rescued Detective Nick Valentine, and we solved a couple of cases together, as well as tracking down our wife's murderer and son's kidnapper. We are going to deal with him a bit in the future, but today we're going to be starting the final DLC for Fallout 4, Far Harbor. So we're going to head on over to the Nakano residence and ask them some questions about their case. Now, before we head on over there, I'm going to do a little bit of inventory management, as well as I might actually upgrade some of my weapons if I can. Now that I have Science 2, I could throw on any of these payloads for the Hellstorm missile launcher. I'm kind of tempted to throw on the plasma payload just because, you know, look at that damage, but at the same time, extended payload would be pretty good. And it really doesn't weigh all that much, because when you compare it to all the other different payloads, those weigh quite a bit compared to the extended or even the standard. Somehow the extended payload is actually lighter than the standard payload, so I think that answers that question. And let's throw on a recon scope, because why not? And that's everything I can really do with my weapons. I think I'm going to throw muffled on this Acrobat's operator's right leg, just to make me a little more harder to detect while sneaking. And that's everything I can do with my armor. Now, before we go anywhere else, I am going to craft some more 308 rounds, because I'm going to need probably quite a lot of these, because I do chew through them way faster than I'd like to admit. I think that'll be good enough right there, so let's craft some more 12 gauge as well. I think that's probably good. I suppose a little bit of 5mm wouldn't hurt. Okay, then I think that is probably good.
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
Just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, Nick. Thanks for asking, though.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Could you tell me more about the massacre of the CPG?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground.
Damn.
I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Yeah, I'll say. Why did they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It
Nice.
was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it.
True.
And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too.
Yeah, I mean, I did
That's a
spend
long
some time
story,
on Sanctuary
but I
Hills
hope it
building it
helps.
up and stuff.
Want to get moving?
Yeah, that sounds good. We gotta head on over to the Nakano's residence. So Greentop Nursery is our closest location to our destination, so let's head on over there. Now we are gonna want to avoid that location there, even though it is right next door to the Greentop Nursery. This is actually a super mutant location. That looks like that's a super mutant sitting down right there. That it is. He's just chilling, probably in a chair that's way too small for him, but you know, whatever. They're neighbors. They're probably getting along because for some reason they're not having problems with each other. So they might be intelligent super mutants, but either way, we're going to avoid them. Also, I have 272 rounds of 308. That'll at least be enough to get me through this episode. So this place right here is the Parsons State Insane Asylum, which we are going to be avoiding because we're going to go there for a future episode. We also want to avoid these mercenaries that are patrolling the outside because they will be hostile to us right now. Now, on top of this destroyed highway bridge right there, there is another gunner outpost, which we are going to sneak past and avoid because I want the journey to the Nakano residence to be as uneventful as possible. There's also a random encounter spawn on the other side of the bridge too, like just over there on top of that hill over there, but we're also going to be avoiding that for the time being as well. Usually there's some enemies that spawn down over there, so we are going to try to slip right between them and like the random encounter spawn. Yep, I hear shots going off over there, so it's a good thing we're slipping right between them. Also, why is the map marker over there? It should be over there a bit more, not way over there. I don't know why the map marker is a little broken right now. Yeah, it's having me go there, where their residence is more like up here. Interesting. I don't know what it's trying to point me towards over there. Not really seeing anything because, you know, their house is over here. It's on the other side of that right there, but look at this view. It's a pretty nice view from right over here. Imagine if we could actually build a settlement right here. This would be a great spot because this is a nice view. Now, I am kind of curious about who spawned over here. Mongrels? Albino mongrel? Legend? Okay, we might get involved, actually. Oh, a friendly raider. Interesting. There's a lot of the mongrels, though, so... There's a legendary one, though, so that's why we're getting involved. I suppose we can kind of... Oh, never mind, we're too late. I was going to say we can kind of try to help him, but... Oh no, I gotta reload. Get him, Nick. Leave me alone. You can also die. Thank you. There we go. I won't say no to a free legendary. If this wasn't a legendary enemy, I would have avoided them entirely, and that is... Ooh. Oh, I already have a chameleon synth arm. I don't know if that's really necessary, because mine's already a synth arm as well. It's probably the same one. Okay, no, it gave me a left arm. The one I already have is a right arm, not to mention it's a combat armor arm and not a synth armor arm like I said it was for some reason. But we'll keep the synth one anyway just to sell it. We were too slow to save the raiders. Oh well, that sucks. I sure am sad about that. I still don't know why the quest marker is over there when it should be over here. But we're gonna avoid it, as well as these ghouls. We're gonna avoid that guy. He's just chilling over there on his own personal raft. But there are some other ghouls who are like underwater and stuff like that. And there's those ones just baking in the sun over there. That one might be dead already. He is dead already. See, I thought so. That one woke up, but it's dead now. That one's not dead. That one's not. That one I think already is.
Look who it is.
Yeah, look who it is. It's a ghoul. And then we'll just ignore that guy. If he was a legendary, I wouldn't ignore him. But he's not, so we'll avoid him.
I don't think we're alone.
Now we're fine.
Yes, we're not alone.
No, don't shoot him. He's fine. Leave him alone. That's Joe. Ah, there we go. Now the map marker corrected itself. See, I don't know why it was marked over there when it should have been over here, because this is where their house is at. It's literally over here, not way over there for some reason. But they do have a nice little setup over here. It's a nice little coastline house. I think the coastline over there looks better, but, this isn't a bad place.
Damn it! Come in! I know you're listening on the other end. Where is she? Where is my daughter?
Kenji, please. You've been at this for hours. Stop. You need sleep.
She's out there, Ray. Someone has her. They could be raiders, or gunners, or God knows what else.
I hope you don't mind. We let ourselves in.
Nick, thank God. You need to get to work right away. She could be hurt. She could be...
Whoa, slow down. Kenji, was it? Why did you go over the details with me and my partner here?
You brought a partner? Good. The more eyes, the better.
Yes. So, what's the story with you and Nick?
Nick didn't tell you? Ran with him on one of his cases a few years back. searching for some sort of lost heirloom. He needed a boat.
Ah.
Things didn't end well. We were double-crossed by the client once we had what he was looking for. I still have some lead lodged into my hip.
Right. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Sorry things ended sour.
We got out. That's all that mattered. And now you can return the favor by finding my daughter.
Alright, well, we're here to help. Just tell us what happened.
It's all thanks to this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No, she would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
Well, let's talk money. Investigations for the missing aren't cheap.
Sorry about this, Kenji. Expenses and all that.
Of course. How does 350 caps sound?
That's actually a lot more caps than anyone has ever offered me for really any job that I've done so far. So, do you have any idea of where she could have gone?
We know she took one of the boats, but that's all. She could be anywhere.
Okay. Well, we'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Don't worry, Kenji. We'll get to the bottom of this. Just sit tight.
That we will. Now, we are going to question them a bit more, but let me put on my charisma gear real quick. Alright, Kenji, I'd like to ask you some more questions about your daughter. So why did your daughter really leave? Your wife says she left on her own, but you say it was kidnappers.
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Rei. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her. Got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what more to say. She's my little girl, and she doesn't know how dangerous this world is. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these machines.
Her grandfather? He taught her how to fix the radio?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather had an ear for machines. Kasumi picked up the knack. He passed away recently. He used to scavenge the ruins in the south for parts. I kept telling him he was getting too old.
Well, can you tell me some more about this radio she was fixing?
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her. God, what kind of twisted psychopath has my daughter?
Okay, no more questions right now, but I am going to question your wife and see if maybe she knows something you don't.
Work quickly, Detective.
Oh, I will. Alright, Miss Ray, I got some questions I'd like to ask you about your daughter. You and your husband don't seem to agree about why your daughter left.
We both want to find her. The world out there isn't a place where you want to be alone. But Kenji still sees her swaddled in diapers. He doesn't see a young woman with her own decisions to make. Maybe because it's more frightening. She wasn't tricked into leaving without telling us. That was her choice. She didn't want us to follow. Why?
I'd like to know more about Kasumi. Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive. But why would she leave without telling us? Maybe we... No, never mind. I don't want to waste your time.
Every detail is important, Mrs. Nakano. Don't hold back.
It's just that we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. Ever since Kasumi's grandfather passed away. He was the only one that could really talk to her. Kenji and I don't understand machines, but those two could work together for hours. She started staying in her grandfather's boathouse late into the night. I thought she was just trying to cope with the loss, but now I wonder what she was up to.
Okay, that might be a good place to investigate. So can you tell me some more about this radio your daughter was working on?
I remember Kasumi was very excited about it. I figured she was secretly trying to make contact with Diamond City or another settlement. We're pretty isolated out here. She only has us for company, and Kenji can be overprotective.
I can tell. Well, alright. Thank you for all of the details you've given me. I got no more questions for right now. Alright, well, let's go and investigate that boathouse. Alright, what do we got in here? Ignoring the loot that's all highlighted, I'm gonna try my best to not pick up everything I see. But this is interesting right here. Look at this, Nick. It's a picture frame in perfect condition. Let's examine that. This lovingly cared for picture of a lighthouse seems almost out of place here. Yeah, it is a little, too new, like I was saying. And we found a key hidden within the frame. Well, that's pretty cool.
Hidden key, huh? Good work. Just gotta find whatever it unlocks.
Probably a safe or something if I had to guess. Looks like there's a safe over here that the key goes to, so we'll unlock that in a second. But on top of it is grandfather's note, so let's read that real quick. My dear Kasumi, if you ever get locked out of the safe, then the answer is here in the boathouse. Picture where the key is. We love puns. Love, Granddad. And with that, we can unlock the safe. And inside of there is Kasumi's final holotape and some duct tape, military grade. I suppose we'll take that. And then let's play that holotape.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but God. Where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synthetic people, made by the Institute. They're trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me, and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself. They've told me to sail up north to a town called Far Harbor. I can make my way to them from there.
So the daughter takes off by boat. But more importantly, there's a colony of synths up near this Far Harbor. We need a way to get there. Let's go talk to Kenji. He knows the waters better than anyone.
You said it, Nick.
Did you find anything?
Yes, your daughter made contact with a group of synths, and she thinks that she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
Maybe your daughter is just confused and having an identity crisis.
Oh God. Does she even think we're still her parents?
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. Did you find where Kasumi went, Detective?
Yes. So she was heading up north to a place called Far Harbor.
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. You have to go after her. Please, take my other ship on the dock outside. My father's design. It has a guidance system, and it is built for distance.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji, don't you worry.
Thank you. And here, the payment we discussed. I'll have something more when Kasumi is safely back home.
Thank
I
you
know
very
it'll be
much.
hard waiting for word, but try to carry on like normal. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Fine, Kasumi. Please.
Don't you worry, we will. It definitely won't take us 20 episodes of me being in Far Harbor or anything like that. Hey, look, a cat. Well, meow to you too. And here is the boat in question. It's got a little bell on it, which is pretty cool. We can come up here, activate the controls, and we can travel to Far Harbor. So let's go ahead and do that. And with that, the boat starts up automatically and gets to driving. I don't know where Dogmeat and Nick went. I think they might have gone underneath the ship to like the storage area or something. Also, something I'm just now noticing. I've never noticed this in all my years of playing this game. There's two steering wheels. There's one right there, and there's one right there. Interesting. I'm not sure why it needs two steering wheels, but yeah, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I'm not a boat mechanic or an engineer. And here we are, Far Harbor. Now this little opening cinematic here, well, it's not really an opening cinematic or a cutscene, but it kind of reminds me of the Point Lookout opening cinematic from Fallout 3. Because can see there's a red rocket just chilling right there, and it's extremely foggy here as well. Now let's just hope that the game doesn't crash on me, because sometimes it likes to do that whenever I start Far Harbor. And there's a boat, which is maybe the one that Kasumi took from her oh, yep, and there's the game crashing. Very cool. Okay, let's see if the game is gonna crash on us again. This is the point where the game normally crashes on me. Oh, we're making it past there. Oh, I think we're good. Oh, yes, it only took me 2 tries of restarting the game in order for the game to not crash on me. Yes. And with that, we've completed Far From Home because, well, we are, in fact, far from home. We are now officially in Far Harbor. So, hello there. How's it going?
This is Far Harbor. We don't get many visitors around here.
We don't need no freeloaders or more help, mainlander. So you can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this isn't your dock. It belongs to the whole town. And that means strangers are welcome. Sorry, you've caught us during a difficult time. But Alan's got a point. Not all visitors have good intentions. So, what's your business here?
That's understandable, and not to worry. A young woman from the Commonwealth named Kasumi may have passed through here. Her family hired me to find her.
Some sort of detective, huh?
Exactly.
Well, she came through here all right.
At least we know she made it this far.
Oh, what is that?
Damn it. Mariners incoming.
Something's coming through the fog!
You, help us defend the town, and I'll answer any questions you have. Take a post at the top of the wall near the main gate.
Sounds good
the
to me.
hole never lets us down. Now follow me.
Yeah, for the hole.
Stranger.
Whatever the
Don't
hole is.
fall off.
Don't fall off.
If you do, we might not be able to rescue you in time. No.
Alright, let's take our post right up here. Hello there, Alan. Oh, fun fact about Alan. His voice actor, that's Liam O'Brien. And you may or may not know who that is, but he is the guy who voices like 99% of the different characters in Fallout New Vegas.
Everyone.
The gate! Open the gate! I've got wounded out here!
There's no time. Look to the fog. They're coming.
We might not be able to defend this guy. He is named. We can save him, and if we manage to save him, he will give us some extra money. So maybe we actually go over to the MG42. What is that? Why did you walk in front? Why did you jump off? I don't know why he jumped off or why he walked in front of me, but good job, Nick. Wow, these grenades are very danger close. Ow! Are you dead? You are dead. Okay, looks clear. Let's get a reload off real quick.
Eyes on the fog. Something's coming.
Yeah, it's definitely not it. What are those? No way. Anglers? What the heck are these? I should have crafted more 5mm. We did it, and I think he survived. He did. He barely got just below half health. Nice. Well, that's pretty successful.
Appreciate the help, Mainlander. We're all still in one piece.
One piece.
Can't hardly believe it.
Yeah.
Avery and the others were just doing their jobs, but you ain't one of us. We owe you, and Harbormen paid their debts. Here.
Thank you very much. Glad I could help.
Yeah. That's it for me, though. I'm through here. Heading back to the mainland, next chance I get. Far Harbor can fend for itself.
Sounds like they're having some difficulties out here in Far Harbor. But alright, Avery, you agreed to answer some of my questions.
And now you see what we're up against.
Yep.
The fog and the creatures it spits out have taken the whole island from my people. But for your help when we needed it, you deserve this.
Well, thank you very much. So, what is this fog?
Where to begin? The fog's radioactive, right? But there are pockets of it, the deep fog, that are hard fallout. And as deadly as that is, that's only part of the problem.
Oh.
Things live in the fog, thrive. You think what attacked the harbor's bad? Oh, there's far worse further inland.
Well, if you manage to survive despite all that, you must be tough.
Ornery, more like.
I'm done cowering behind your damn hull, Avery. Time you let me deal with the real problem. With the right people and my guns, I can end those Children of Adam cultists for good.
The fog's been here forever. The children didn't make it.
Before the Rat Eaters came, the fog was under control. They come, and it all goes wrong. It's time we do something.
No need to burden the stranger with all this nonsense.
Well, what's the deal with the Children of Adam?
They're religious folk. Worship the power of Adam. Which is radiation, I guess. If you want details, you'd have to find and ask them.
Okay, we might just do that.
With them until a certain hothead menace named Alan Lee.
Now that's enough. That preacher came into the harbor saying that it was Adam's will that we lost our land. That it was Adam's goddamn will that we lost so many friends and family. And that the Atom would wipe this whole place clean of us.
If it were up to me, you'd hang for what you did to that preacher, Alan.
What did he do to the preacher?
Alan pulled a gun on him. He claims the preacher reached for his. We don't have police, or really any law, just custom and popular sentiment. And after everything the preacher said, it was abundantly clear doing anything to Alan would have made matters worse.
Well, have the children made the fog worse?
Absolutely not. There's not one bit of evidence.
Geiger counters don't lie, Avery. The fog's gotten more lethal year over year. And now the fog's covering the whole island. But only after the children came.
You know as well as I do that's happened before. Sure, people have theories the children are involved, but no one, and I mean no one, has proof.
So it sounds to me like we're gonna need to meet with these Children of Adam at some point and see what's up with them, but can we get back to business, Avery?
Sorry for all that. You're here for Kasumi, right? She headed inland to the Synth Refuge, Acadia. Getting there will be dangerous. You'll need a guide. Old Longfellow. No one knows the fog like him. But word of warning, he's a bit of an acquired taste.
Gotcha, okay. Well, what's his story?
He's the best hunter on the island. Fearless. Some say crazy. If someone needs to get to Acadia, he's the only one that'll do it. But people around here are known for being stubborn, willful, and other less flattering things. Longfellow's got a reputation even among us.
Okay, well, what can you tell me about Acadia?
Ask Longfellow. He's the only one that's been there.
Okay, alright, well, thanks for the info anyway.
Best place to look for Longfellow's at the bar. The last plank. And, please, lend a hand around town if you're able. Even if it's slapped away. People like the Mariner and Cassie and others need help. And let me say something you might not hear again. Thank you.
No problem.
Mainlander. Great. Fire your gun a few times and you think you're some sort of hero? This is our fight. Our island. Not yours.
Well, in case you didn't notice, I managed to kill more of all of those creatures than you and everyone else here combined did.
We've defended this damn dock from crabs and worse for months without you. Yeah, you helped. But we've paid our dues in blood and bullets. The day we rely on outsiders for our security is the day we're as good as dead.
Well, I still put myself in harm's way for you. Some gratitude would be nice.
We've had some real pieces of work come through here. But you've been... all right so far.
Thank you.
Here, for your, help.
Thank
So
you,
if
no
you're here
problem.
to buy some ordnance, do your business. Otherwise, take the first boat out of here. Before the Children of Adam or worse get you.
Okay, well, let me take a look real quick. Okay, so you got ammo. Do you have any 5mm? You got a little bit. How much is that going to cost me? 1,062. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you've got to have a workbench. Well, I guess there's not going to be an ammo crafting station unless I can get a settlement, but that won't be for a little bit. But you also sell some unique weapons, such as the Admiral's Friend, which is obviously a unique harpoon gun, with the instigating legendary effect, so it does double damage if the target is at full health, which is actually not bad at all. You're also selling bear traps and caltrops, which are also new mines, I guess is what they would be considered. These are new in terms of Far Harbor stuff. Obviously, you got lever action rifles. Now I can actually use these because now we're actually in Far Harbor. Now, I'm pretty sure you're selling a unique pole hook too, aren't you? Unless I'm misremembering. Oh, no. Yep, I was right. There it is. The fish catcher. 40% less action point cost. I mean, it's not bad, but obviously I'm probably not going to buy it. It's very cheap, so Maybe I could buy it, but I think I'm good without it. Well, I'm not gonna buy anything at the moment, but I might be back later to buy some ammo off of you, because I might need it. Well, we got a lead as to where Kasumi went, but we will need to get ourselves a guide in order to make it to Acadia, which is where the Synth Refuge group is at. Avery also said we could lend a hand around Far Harbor, and I think that is exactly what we are going to start off with next time, so stay tuned for that. If you're curious or you want to know any of the mods that I'm using, there is a Google document linked in the description which has all of the links to all of the mods that I'm using. I also have an invite link to my community Discord server in case you want to join that as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would greatly appreciate you dropping a like on it, and if you happen to be new to my channel, I would also greatly appreciate you subscribing. With all that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, nighttime, afternoon, or whatever time it is for you, in whatever time zone you are in, and I will catch you all later. Delta Wolf, out.